Kerala, God's own country, famous for its lush green forests, beautiful hills, and environmental leadership. But behind all this, something sinister is going on.
Waste, including medical records of patients, were dumped on Sunday night, leading to a massive controversy.
Tons of biomedical waste that Kerala cannot handle are being dumped in the neighboring states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And this is poisoning their water, killing their livestock, and making people sick. Let me show you something. This is a dumping ground in Theni, one of dozens across Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Every night, trucks loaded with biomedical waste leave Kerala under the guise of darkness, evading authorities, and dump waste into Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And what's crazy is while people like you and me are suffering with this toxicity, private contractors are making insane money from all this. Let's start with Tirunelveli in Tamil Nadu. Here, farmers wake up to a nightmare. Their fields and rivers are flooded with biomedical waste. Cows drink this water and they die. Children bathe in this water, they fall sick. And when these farmers go and ask authorities, no one listens to them. Imagine your water supply, your land poisoned, and no authority is listening to you. That's what these farmers are going through. And this is not just about local negligence. There's an entire network behind this. You've got the Mafia, you've got private contractors, you've got hospitals, and then the government trying to stop it. But exactly what are they dumping? This isn't just ordinary garbage. We're talking biomedical waste. It's syringes still dripping with blood, gloves, PPE kits, hospital records with patient details, even leftover medicines and chemical waste. According to reports, some of this come from Kerala's biggest institutions. The regional cancer center in Thiruvananthapuram, private hospitals like Credence, and even luxury hotels like Leela Kovalam. In Karnataka, entire districts like Mysuru, Ramanajanagar, Kodagu have reported waste being dumped on their fields, even near schools. Villagers here say they wake up to the stench of rotting waste, and when they try and investigate what it is, they hear trucks smashing their doors and speeding away. So why is Kerala letting this happen? When a crisis like this happens, there's one thing you follow, and that's money. In Kerala, dumping bio-waste can cost 54 rupees per kilo. Lakhs of tons of waste are dumped every month, and these costs can really add up. On the other hand, dumping this waste illegally is basically free, right? You pay some corrupt officers, you spend some money on transportation, and you're all set. So this gap, right? The gap between 54 rupees and almost nothing, that's where the mafia thrives. There's just no paperwork, there's nothing to think of. You pay people money, you dump it in border locations, everything is good. And the dumping is not just by companies, right? There are private contractors and middlemen involved. So the money really flows upwards. It flows to these private contractors, the middlemen, right? And people like you and me who are suffering with toxic air, toxic water, livestock dying. And this is not just mismanagement, right? There's an entire system that's designed to profit from suffering. Let me tell you the scale of this crisis. Now, Kerala generates 55 tons of medical waste every single day. They've got two main waste processing plants. One is Image in Palakkad and the other is Keel in Ambalamedu. Now, these two waste processing plants together can process a maximum of 37 to 40 tons a day, and this is at full capacity. So even if the plants were to operate at full capacity, where does the remaining 15 or so tons of waste go? Illegal dumping, right? There's just no other choice. There's no infrastructure in the state to do anything more than 40 tons. And there's more to it. So Image in Palakkad, it processes waste to its maximum capacity, but Keel processes only 3.5 tons a day, while its maximum capacity is 16 tons a day. So why is it not operating at maximum capacity? So in reality, you don't even have 40 tons of waste being processed legally, right? A major chunk of it, more than 50%, is being dumped illegally. And consider this, Kerala has over 50,000 medical facilities, of which only 28,000 used authorized services. So the rest of them, they're dumping. So there's a structural vacuum here, right? Your waste processing plants are not operating at maximum capacity. And even if they were to operate at maximum capacity, they couldn't process all the waste being generated. So the structural gap, that's where the mafia comes in. The real danger doesn't happen in daylight. At night, trucks leave from Kerala hospitals and they pick up biomedical waste, right? So this is syringes, PPE kits, even amputated limbs for all you know, right? And then these trucks, they travel through the cover of darkness and they enter bordering districts in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka to dump waste. And these trucks are supposed to have GPS trackers, but they really don't work and nobody enforces it. In 2024, 6 trucks were caught in a month. But the reality of the scale here is that hundreds of trucks cross the borders every single month. And all this is not random, right? You've got so many people involved. You've got drivers, middlemen, contractors, hospital, of course, politicians, police officers who are corrupt. This is an entire system that works as a mafia to really make this all possible. And in March 2023, all this was exposed in a blazing fire in Brahmapuram.
At the Brahmapuram solid waste management site on the 2nd March is still raging.
You can see in the visuals the smoke that's coming out of the fire is covering the entire area. It's not just here. You can see in the end corner where it's completely filled with smoke.
So they say what you do comes back to you, right? So this illegal dumping was not only in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, but Kerala was doing it in its own territory also near the border districts. And near Kochi, the Brahmapuram dump caught fire. For 11 days, the fire burnt. Schools were closed. Adults, children, literally everybody caught sickness, rashes, infections. The city of Kochi was basically a gas chamber. And this wasn't fate. The officials knew this was a ticking time bomb. Of all the waste in Brahmapuram, only 36% had been segregated. And the rest of it was just mixed waste. You had plastics, chemical waste, biomedical waste. This was just a crisis waiting to happen. When the fire broke out, fines were issued, and the number was 1.8 crores. Is that a joke? The cost, the human cost here, children suffering, dying, livestock, cattle, schools closed down, the city living in a gas chamber, long-term effects of all this. Is 1.8 crore a number that really covers all this? It was a joke. And the Brahmapuram fire incident may not be an isolated incident. If this trend continues, who knows what else is going to happen? Communities in the border districts of Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, Mysuru, Kodagu. These guys are suffering. They're suffering with the waste of Kerala. This is just how Western countries dump e-waste in Africa, right? Except here, it's Kerala dumping their medical waste on other states. And these communities, they are the ones that have the least power to do anything about this. Who's fighting for them? No one. And sure, I'll accept that recently there's been some press about it. The courts have moved Kerala to go and clear some of this waste, and they have taken action. But then under the guise of darkness, this continues. So let's be clear here, right? This is not about waste. It's about money and power. One group of people get to live in clean places with clean air, clean fields. But then another group in these border districts, they live with all this toxicity. So it's really about who gets to live in a clean environment and who doesn't. It's about basic human rights. And the players here aren't faceless. They're private contractors, middlemen, police officers that are corrupt, the government. Everybody knows who the players are, but then nothing can be done. And while a lot of the responsibility lies with authorities, some of it lies with us too, us the voters. If we ignore these problems, if we don't stand for these people in these districts, this will not change, right? The next thing you know, your water sources, your fields, your land could be corrupted, your land could be poisoned, and you could be facing the same problem, and there'll be no one to stand for you. This is about justice. If you believe that clean air, clean water should not be about the pin code that you live in, then stand for these people. Do consider giving this video a like and sharing it with your friends. Also, if you like similar socio-political content, consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to see more of my videos, you can do so with these links. Thank you.